So let's move on to the next step. We will try to add a login based on the login state. Right now, how is it our application is? Like we have just added a login page. That's it. Our what we completed in the previous step. We have added the login page. Now, when the user enters ABC and pass as username and password, I want to, once he logs in, I want to change the state so that he is able to see the home page rather than the login page. Now we want to have the login page and home page together. Okay. So let's add login in state for that. Okay. This is our application, what we had previously. So what we have to make is when the user enters username and password and presses on submit, we want to change the logged in status. We will add a username state. Okay, let it be empty by first, and we will add a password state, and we will also add a logged in state. Okay, and by default let it be false. So if the logged in true, if the logged in state is true, I will show the EMP.js, the home page, rather than the login page. If it is logged in false, I will show the login page. So this is what I want to do. For that, let me add the username password. Right now, it is not part of state. We have added a handler for that. Let me bring it inside state, the app.js state. Okay. For that, what I need to do is the login page, right? We have a login page here. Let's bring the username password inside state. Okay. So username, whatever the login page has, right? Username, username and password, right? So let me send that username password from app.js. Username will be whatever it is present in state. Okay. This dot state dot username. The password will be this dot state dot password. And now I have sent the username and password to the login.js. Now, whenever the login.js in the login.js, they change the username and password, right? I need to handle that. Whenever the user types username and password, whatever the user types, I want to make the change in the state as well. Whatever state is maintained in app.js. For that, I will add a handler. So let me copy this username handler, right? Let me copy it to app.js. I will write a function here. Okay. My user name. Okay. Username, whatever the user enters. This is actually event, not the username. The username will come in event.target.value because we have added a on change handler, right? So let me change the inset state. I will change the username here. Hope this is how I have set the username here. Now it is small, right? So username will be this dot state dot username. Sorry, event dot target dot value because we have handled it in on change, right? Target dot value. This can be also added in for password as well. Now right now we have added for username. We will try to handle it for password as well. Okay. So just to have a proper, I will sorry, will header. Now just copy the same for password as well. So here let this be password handler. So now this should be password because I want to change the state of the password for every change in username, change in the password by the user. Okay. So this I have handled. Now I also need to handle for the submit button, right? Whenever the user clicks on submit button, I have to check whether the username and password is what I expected. If it is what I expected, I will allow him to access the home page, that is employee.js page. Okay, so let me add a click on click. So this should be props dot submit handler. So for the submit handler, I will add a event handling for that. So this should check whether the username password is what I expected. If it is what I expected, I will just change the logged in state as true. And based on the login state, I will change back to home page. Okay. So I don't want any event. I'm not going to retrieve anything from the click handler. So, but just we will keep the event handler, but I'm not going to use anything. So let me test it. I will write a if. I will check the this dot state dot username. I will just for to your better understanding, I will keep it as I'm not going to take it from the database from the server. I will have it hard coded here. If it is ABC and pass, okay, I will allow him to. I will make the logged in status true so that he will be able to access the home page. Okay. Now, if it is going to be same, I will change. Okay, this dot um, this dot set state. Sorry, set state state she logged in to true. Else we have to show error, right? So for that also we will have a state. Maybe we'll add a state called error state here. And I will make this error state seen in the login page. Let the error state be empty at first. Now if there is an error, I will set the error. This dot set state logged in set state one. You can set it to error and user can say like username or password is incorrect. Okay. This also need to be sent to the login page through props. So let me add a error also here, equal to this dot state dot error. Okay, this can be taken from the login.js. So let me add a label, and here I will put props dot error. Okay, and I have changed the login state. I also need to do the changes. If the logged in is true, I need to show the home page. If logged in false, I need to show the login page. For that, let me put this login page inside a login JSX. Okay. If the login state is true, I'm writing a method. This dot state dot logged in is true. You return employee JSX, right? Else, if it is false, you return login page, login JSX. Right? You understand? So now right now we have done. So if this login state is true, it will return this JSX. If login state is false, it will return this JSX. So let's now check whether it works. I think it is giving error. Maybe we have. So it is showing the page. Let me do a first invalid login other than ABC pass. So we are getting a error, right? Username or password is incorrect. Now let us say a proper correct username and password ABC pass, what we have hard coded. Submit. Still saying the same. It is saying some. I will start the server for getting the employee list. Okay. Now I've started the server. Let me do it again. And now let me give the proper user what I've hard coded. There is some issue. This dot login state is not getting created, I think. Let's see what issue we have made. Just check whether this submit handler is correct, name is correct. So on click, I'm calling props dot submit handler, right? So that's right. So it should go inside this. It is not showing any error. Whether the login state is correct everywhere, you can see that. Logged in. See, I have made a mistake here. It is logged in, right? Maybe I made a mistake there. This is logged in, but there it was wrong, right? So the name of the state I have made a mistake. So if this is this dot state logged in, this will return. Now let us check whether it works for us. Okay, let me give the proper username ABC pass. So now it works. You are able to see, right? It is showing the employee homepage, which shows the list of employees, right? Now let us move to the next step. That is adding a logout button, okay, to our application. So this should be the last for us for in our React project, last step. So let me add that. Let me go to to my project. So to add a logout button, I just need to add a logout button here, right? So let me add a button, right? Button, which will let it show logout. So let me add a on click. Whenever anyone clicks on this, I have to change the state as logged in false, right? Just do that. Whenever the click happens, I have to set state. This dot set state. Logged in as false. This dot set state. Whenever the logout button is clicked, I'm just setting the state logged in as false so that our React will re-render and it will show the login page again. So let's check whether it is working now. Let me move to our browser. Let me first log in. So now I have got a logout button. Just click on the logout button. So let's click on the logout button, and now when on pressing the logout, the state logged in is set as false. So the React re-renders and it shows the login button, login page again based on our logic written here. Since this is made logged in is made as false, it starts returning a login page now. Hope you are able to do the complete React project with me. Okay. I will also in this playlist I will also add the GitHub for this entire React application, which you can use it as a reference. Okay. I will also be adding another playlist where we will be adding the Redux store inside the same application. We had the state from the component right here. The state was maintained by the app component here. We will make this, we will externalize it, this state to a Redux store. Maybe as I will be doing that as another playlist. Thank you guys. Have a nice day.